Hey, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You could be anywhere on the web, but you're right here with Rock. So I appreciate you being here live with me today. I just want to talk about a few things. Um, I got a really big announcement to make today. I want to get through my picks. I want to review my picks from last week. I want to do the quarterback ranking, then do my picks. And at the end, I have a huge announcement to make, right? Also, I'll be bringing on someone, a really good friend of mine, who's going to discuss the picks with me. So stay tuned for that as well. Uh, this is going to be going up on a very special uh, broadcasting channel, and I want to give you guys a little background of who I am and why I'm on your channel. First off, my name is Rocky Miller. I'm a huge sports fan. I'm an entrepreneur, a husband, a father, and a pawpaw. I played college football a little bit. While stationed in Germany, I played base level football, and I also played while in Germany. I played international football for two German teams. So I played a lot of football, and I've also been a football and sports fan my entire life. On today's show, I want to make the announcement, but I'm gonna make the announcement after the picks, right? This announcement I'll be making is a huge opportunity for me. I'm so looking forward to uh, you know uh, working with this individual, man. He's been an inspiration to me. I've enjoyed his content, and I'll be working with him moving forward. So I just want to kind of tease that, and at the end of the show, I'll give the big announcement. I'll let you guys know what everything is going on. And if you guys want to call in and talk about my picks and all that kind of stuff, you certainly can do that, right? Let me put that information up. If you like to call in and discuss my picks, make any comments, you're definitely uh, welcome to do so. You're definitely welcome to do so. So, first off, let me talk about my picks from last week. Last week, I went 5-1 against the spread. That's in the NFL. That's unheard of. It's unheard of for anybody to go 5-1 against the spread. I picked the Jaguars +1. It didn't look good early. I picked Baltimore uh, plus 10, and again they lost by 7, so I win. I Now the one I lost was Buffalo +14 against a nobody at quarterback and a Miami team that was, barely, that didn't have any expectations of doing well. And at the end of the day, they kept it close. And so Buffalo did not cover the 14. Okay, Baltimore +10. Oh, okay. Also, the Giants won outright, but I picked them to win. And also the number one team in the land, America's team, my Dallas Cowboys won as I predicted last week. So again, I want to make sure I got through all of that um, first. Now, if you have any questions, comments, please uh, put your comments in, man. I definitely want to make sure that you guys or this show is interactive, that we get as much feedback as possible. Again, I'm a Cowboy fan. I want to say that first. So I am biased. I do live in America, and I do support the number one team in America, which is your Dallas Cowboys. And I'm DCL for life. I want you to know that uh, right off the bat. But last week I did something that I thought was really fun. A lot of people liked it, and I did the quarterback rankings for the quarterbacks that are currently playing in the divisional round of the playoffs. I did just a quick quarterback rank, right? So, and I wanted you guys to kind of see that ranking. I wanted to show that ranking to you guys. So first off, I want to give you the rank. Patrick Mahommes is the number one quarterback left in the divisional round. Right behind him is Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and then I think there's a little drop off here when you go to the 4, 5, and 6 ranked quarterback. There's a drop off. There's a big gap. I think Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahommes, they can win games by themselves. They can take control of games and they can go out and win a football game. However, these next group of quarterbacks, right? The next 3 are guys who, in order for them to win, their supporting cast must play well. Their supporting cast must play well in order for them to win. And that's Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy. And the last 2 quarterbacks, in my opinion, I think they are just dead men walking. They in Trevor Lawrence's situation, he's a young quarterback. He threw 4 interceptions last week. He won't be able, he has to play mistake-free football this week, and I don't think he can do it. I don't think it's possible. And then Daniel Jones, I think he is an inept quarterback. I don't think he is capable of winning a playoff game against a good or competent defense. That's just my opinion. So tell me what you guys think about my quarterback rankings. Again, you can call in and make comments. I'll give you, after our picks, I'm gonna go ahead and take phone calls and discuss my picks. And so, but yeah, I wanted to show you my quarterback rankings. Let me tell you what. Let me see what you guys think about my quarterback rankings. My man Lawrence Henderson says, "Great day, Rock. Let's go, G-Man." Daniel Jones is a number 8. No way. Yeah, he is number 8. There's not one quarterback. You got to realize. So let me get into this for a minute for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has been dysfunctional for 3 years. He's been dysfunctional for 3 years. He's had flashes here and there. He gets with a coach who really manages the game for him. The coach manages the game for him. He plays alongside one of the best running backs in the game, right? He averages 188 yards passing, and he's thrown for 300 yards twice, both of them against the Vikings. Vikings has one of the worst defenses in the NFL. The Cowboys put 40 on them. So let's pull back a little bit and let's think about what Daniel Jones is. He was a highly ineffective quarterback for 3 years. He gets with a coach who understands how to manage the game, gives him some plays that allows him that best suits his skill set. He's in this situation, and now the thought is that he's flourishing. Well, in this game against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they'll have pressure on him. They'll be playing fast and aggressive, and you'll get a chance to see what kind of quarterback Daniel Jones is right now. This is like the situation with Daniel Jones is it's a season where he's played okay. Everything around him has worked out. They had one of the weaker schedules in football. He played decent. Again, he only averages 188 yards. And all of a sudden, because he played decent, the Giants fans and everybody thinks he's a franchise quarterback. He's not a franchise quarterback. Everything worked out for him this season, and he's just competent. He just showed up as a competent quarterback. But today, you'll get to see who Daniel Jones really is, straight up. Anyway, that's a prelude to my picks, where you can see where I'm gonna go with the G-men this week. All right. So let me talk about something else, right? So let me talk about last week. Last week, when I made my picks, I did an analysis of the quarterbacks, the defense, offense and special teams. I kind of, do it as and also coaching, right? I evaluate each team. I say who has the best quarterback, who has the best coach, who has the best offense, who has the best defense, who has the best special teams. Normally, if you have at least 3 of those boxes checked, you have a chance to win. If you have 4 of them checked, you're probably going to win. And if you have 5 of them checked, there's very little chance you'll lose the game. Very little chance you'll lose the game. And so that's kind of how I go about picking teams. It's not always foolproof, but it is, like last week, I was 5-1 against the spread. So I just want to say that. So let's look at this. Let's look at these, right? Oh man, I almost forgot to bring my guy up. We got a special guest coming on, man. My guy, Brent is gonna join me with the picks. Let me give him side by side. I want to introduce my good friend Brent Walker. He's gonna join me for the picks, man. Brent is a football fan. You see, he has that Aints hat on, so he doesn't have good judgment already. You understand that? He just started wearing a hat. Years before that, he used to wear a bag. If you were a Saints fan, you wore a bag. So I want to introduce my man Brent. Brent, what do you got to say today, and what are your thoughts for as we get into these picks?
Hey, Rock. Thank you for allowing me to join you today. I think this is going to be a great weekend of football. I'm looking forward to some dog fights, especially in the NFC. You got even some in the AFC. So thank you for letting me join. And hey, I'm on your clock today, so um, I'm ready to get to it.
All right. So let's look at the first game up top. The Jaguars against Kansas City. In my opinion, the Jaguars are outmatched in this game. The Kansas City has the better quarterback, had a better coach. I'll call the defense a push, right? I'll call special teams. I'll even call special teams a push. And then I'll go to offense. And of course, Kansas City has one of the most explosive offenses in football. And so when you look at all of that combined, it's clear that Kansas City is a better team. Will they win by 9 points? Will they win by 9 points? I absolutely think they'll win by 9 or more. I see this game being kind of close early and then getting away from the Jaguars, late. How do you see it going, Brent?
You know what? After that big comeback last week against Miami, I think Jacksonville, that boy Trevor Lawrence, that quarterback. I think I was looking at your quarterback picks, and if you notice, all those guys are very young. You know what I mean? I think we were watching a just a graduation happen of these quarterbacks that are just taking over the game. And Rock, I'm gonna go against the grain. I think that this is gonna be a very competitive game. I think Kansas City, I think they don't do well against teams that they should be able to dismantle. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna go in the game overconfident, and I think this is gonna be a tight game. And I see Jacksonville using that momentum from last week. Of course, Kansas City had to buy. I think they're gonna come off with the sleepy legs, and I think that Jacksonville's gonna win this game in an upset. That's my upset. One of my upsets for the week. I think Jacksonville is gonna win that game.
Okay. I mean, you can. I don't see a scenario where Jacksonville wins the game. The Chiefs have to literally come out flat and struggle against the Jacksonville offense. I don't see that happening. I do see Trevor Lawrence making mistakes. He may not throw 4 interceptions, but he is going to make some mistakes. The Kansas City defense is going to get their hands on some footballs. And so I see this again. It may be close early and they get blown out late. Or another scenario would be is Kansas City gets up by a couple touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence has to press and be, trying to make plays, turnovers, pick sixes, strip sacks, all those kind of things happens for Jaguars, which, the game gets away from Kansas City. So, again, let's go to our next game. And this is probably, in my opinion, the game of the day. When you talk about Saturday,
Yeah, absolutely.
when you talk about Saturday, this is the game. This is the game of the day.
It's gonna be a dogfight.
I see it being a dogfight. Now, I'm surprised at the line. I'm really surprised at the betting line. And let me explain this for you guys who don't bet. The Bengals are a 5-point underdog. That means that they're being given 5 points when you get a bet. So the Bengals have to, if any outcome where the Bengals are within 5 points, you win if you take the Bengals. And if you take Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Bills have to win by 6 or more in order for you to win a bet. And to be honest with you, I don't see a situational circumstance where Buffalo defeats the Bengals by 6 or more points. What do you think?
I I totally agree, Rock. And like we both agree, this is going to be probably the dog fight in the AFC. I know I picked the upset in the Kansas City game, but I think this is for sure going to be a dog fight between Josh Allen and Joe Burrows. But watching Joe Burrows play in college and all the way up to now, this guy shows up in big games. You know what I mean? So I hear what you're talking about when it comes to the spread, but I think Cincinnati is going to take not Kansas City, but Buffalo in this matchup. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Might come down to a field goal, and I think I would never bet against Joe Burrow. So I think he is on the path to becoming the GOAT in the NFL. And yeah, I'm picking my boy Joe Burrows. If anybody knows, I'm a Who Dat fan, but Cincinnati is the cousins of us in the AFC. They say Who Dey. You know what I mean? So Who Dey is going to beat the Buffalo in Buffalo. Don't bet against Joe Burrows. Don't bet against Joe Burrows. And I leave it at that, Rob.
But again, I agree with you. I agree with you. What makes this kind of a tough game to pick for me, and you're picking the Bengals outright to win. That's pretty aggressive. I don't know that they will outright win. I'm picking them to cover the spread, being that they're being given 5 points.
Right.
The thing that concerns me in this situation as a bettor, the thing that concerns me is you're in the game with 2 quarterbacks, and both of them can single-handedly take over games and win football games.
Absolutely.
That is the situation. So if Joe Burrow gets hot and Josh Allen gets hot, we're in for a doozy of a game.
Let me ask you this, Rock. With 1 minute on the clock, who would you rather have the ball in the hands of, Joe Burrows or Josh Allen? 1 minute.
Joe Burrow, I think his judgment is better than Josh Allen. Josh Allen is an amazing athlete with an amazing arm. But when you break down the position of quarterback, you not only have to be – Josh Allen is electric as an athlete and as a quarterback. But where he struggles is he struggles taking care of the football. He'll fumble it. He'll throw interceptions. Right. And I just think Joe Burrow has the edge when you talk about judgment and managing games. Josh Allen had, and let me say this. Josh Allen, and I love to watch him play. Josh Allen has one speed, one gear, right? And it's wide open. As a quarterback, as a quarterback, I think you have to be able to play the situation as well. And sometimes I don't think Josh Allen plays the situation very well, where Joe Burrow, in my opinion, he knows how to play down to the situation or play up to the situation if need be. You got any thoughts before we go to the next slate of games?
No, no, I think we pretty much beat that one up pretty good. Yeah.
All right, here we go. We got the Giants +7 over the um over the Eagles. This here is what I see is a not a competitive game. I see the Eagles have 5 out of 5. Now, the only advantage the Giants may have, and I call it a push right now, is coaching. But everything else falls in the Eagles' favor.
Right.
And I just don't see this game being close. The
Right.
quarterback is a mismatch. The offense is a
Right.
mismatch. The defense is a mismatch. The special teams, I give the Eagles the edge. And at coach, I see a push. So I don't see the Giants having much of a chance in this game. How do you see it?
I agree, Rock. I think when you talk about Daniel Jones, I think he's a developing quarterback. He ain't no pushover. He's pretty good, but I think now the big lights are on. He's gonna probably get exposed by that tough Philly defense. And Jalen Hurts is, he done put together a great season, and I don't think they exit the playoffs this easy. I think they're outmatched. The Giants are outmatched in this game. I don't see this game being very close. I think Philly takes it, very early and dominate the whole game. So I agree with you. I think Philly's going to take this.
Yeah, now, like I say, I think Philly will have a little rust early, but once they get the ball rolling, the Giants can't put up much of a fight, in my
Right.
opinion. They don't have, the game. The offense is, largely um, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones can make some plays if he's not sped up and he's allowed to be comfortable and he has time to throw and all those things. But he won't have time to throw. He will be sped up, and they will have a significant level of stress on him. The defense will put stress on him. So next up is the coup de grace, the game of the decade.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys against the San Francisco
This is
49ers.
gonna be a classic dog fight, Rock, in the NFC. And to me, that this is like, I don't remember, if you remember the days of Steve Young and Troy Aikman, what I mean? This game I think brings back a lot of memories. And I think this is gonna be the dog fight in the NFC.
Yeah, and in this game, just going through my checklist in my head, you go quarterback. I say Dak. Dak has the advantage in experience. He has been the better performer historically, and so I go with Dak. Right? You go coach. Let's go coach. When you look at coach, Shanahan has some really good teams. He's been to a Super Bowl as a coordinator. He's been to a Super Bowl as a as a uh, as a head coach. But in big games, I think Shanahan, particularly his quarterbacks, in big games, his quarterbacks have not played well, right? And what I'm concerned with, or what I'm just thinking about as a Cowboy fan, is Shanahan going to get the production out of a rookie quarterback that's required for him to win? And I just question that. You go to defense. I think it's a push when you really evaluate it, but I'll even say San Francisco has the better defense.
Right. I totally agree with that.
And then when you go offense, Dallas has been that they're the number one red zone offense in the league. Since Dak has come back, they're number one in third down efficiency. I think they're overall the better offense. So, like you said before, this is a push. This is gonna be a great game. Now the odds makers say that San Francisco is 4 points better at home than the Cowboys. I can't see that. Maybe you can explain it, Brent.
Well, what I see is, you gave the edge to the San Francisco defense. You got a couple with they're playing at Candles the stadium, San Francisco Stadium. You know what I mean? And that's a stadium that can get, pretty lit, especially in the playoffs. I question if Dak would be able to, withstand that pressure, Candlestick Stadium or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. I definitely, I agree with your assessment. I do think Dallas, in regards to the offense, they got more playmakers. You know what I mean? But with that heavy pressure from that defensive line at San Francisco, will Dak be able to withstand the pressure and the crowd and all that, man, in the playoffs? Um,
Well,
I,
well,
you know,
I look at this. Geno Smith had a great first half against that defense, that vaunted San Francisco defense. He had a great first half. He put up 17 points, probably should have put up more. Dallas's offense is significantly better than Seattle's offense. What and what kind of and they won't the the San Francisco offense won't get the same opportunities against the Dallas defense that they got against the Seahawk defense.
right,
I
right,
just think the offense will be under more pressure. The San Francisco offense will be under more pressure. Cowboys will put more pressure on the San Francisco defense when you talk about weapons. You talk about running game. You're talking about two running backs. You're talking about CeeDee Lamb. You're talking about a tight end that's emerging as one of the better tight ends in the league, and Michael Gallup, who's your over the top threat. I just think Dallas has more options on defense. I mean, on offense, and could really give that San Francisco offense a problem. Like again, I go back to this. The toughest game that San Francisco's played all year was against Kansas City.
right.
Kansas City has Dallas has the same kind of weapons that Kansas City has. It was largely a blowout, right? And this is back when they had Jimmy G. So again, I don't know how good Brock Purdy is. He hadn't played a top 15 defense the whole time he's been starting quarterback. Well, on Sunday, he'll get a chance to play one of the top defenses in the NFL, and we'll see what he has for those guys. I just don't see how the odds makers are making San Francisco a 4-point favorite. This is a easy, this is a easy game
Easy.
for me to pick. I
Oh
got the
yeah, yeah.
Cowboys.
Rock, you kind of biased. You're gonna be biased on this matchup. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think 49ers are gonna, I think 49ers is gonna pull it off, I think there's a lot of working forces against Dallas going into that, into that stadium. And you like I said, I granted I give you there's more playmakers on, you got Lamb, you got, Prescott, he can make yards on, in the air and on his feet. Then you got the running backs. So I granted, I do say, but when you're to me when you're like if you're looking at a team who has a very good offense versus a team who has a very good defense, I think home field advantage plays a part of that, and you always pick you can always side on the side of defense, and I think that, I think Dallas got their work cut out for them today, and I don't see them pulling it off in San Francisco. Believe me, ain't nobody. You know, I don't really like the Cowboys, but if there was a team that I hated just as much as those 49ers, I mean, there's so many 49er fans in Mississippi. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? Mississippi might as well be half Niner Nation. So,
Do you
I
think
feel
any of that has to do with Jerry Rice being from Mississippi Valley State?
I just think, like the Lakers, a lot of people grew up in their era of football, you know what I mean, of seeing Jerry Rice and Joe Montana and Roger Craig and all those guys, and they just fell in love with the team. They fell in love with the uniform, you know what I mean? And now, those guys are older now, and that's their team, So I get it, you know what I mean? But I'm a hometown type of guy, you know what I mean? Gulfport, where I'm from, and that's all Saints country, you know what I mean? And southern Mississippi is Saints country. If you go up north, you'll see a lot of 49ers fans, a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans, maybe even some Tennessee Titan fans. But in regards to 49ers, I just think it was that era. You know what I mean? A lot of people grew up in watching the 49ers repeat Super Bowls, and same with the Cowboys and the Lakers. I think a lot of people fell in love with those teams from their respective states, and they just stayed the fan.
Yeah, man. And I absolutely understand where you're coming from. I'm a Cowboy fan. I grew up a Cowboy fan. I remember Tony Dorsett, Roger Staubach, moving on to Danny White, Preston Pearson, uh, Too Tall
That's
Jones,
why they call it the
Harvey
America's
Martin,
team, right? Roger Stark.
Randy White, Charlie Waters, Cliff Harris, Everson Walls, Michael Downs. Like, I remember all these guys, man, playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and like I say, it's been one of the highlights of my life. Some of the joy that they brought me as just a fan, man. Because, like I
Right,
say, they have, just in the last 30 years, I'll just even give them that the Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl in the last 30, maybe not 30 years, but maybe 25 years or so. They have not been in the Super Bowl. But what I will say is they've largely been kept competitive and relevant. And so as a fan, I just, have always, you know, loved America's team.
right. Let me ask you this, Rock. Since we feel like Dallas is gonna, beat the Giants by a landslide, who you think matches? I mean, if you had to look into your crystal ball, who you think matches up better with Philly? For that game. The,
Who
I
matches
mean,
who?
of course, you're gonna say Dallas
No, 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 no. What you say? Who matches up
better with
better?
Philly.
Whew, that's a good one, Brent. That's a good one. I, I think, to be honest with you, to be perfectly honest with you, I think the 49ers probably match up better with Philly, being that Philly has that high powered offense and Dallas, um, Philly can play both ball control and be an explosive offense. We struggle because of the mistakes that our quarterback makes. We struggle with ball control. The game is better for us when it's wide open, when it's, you know, uh, when we're able to open up the game. But it, you know, if I had to, if I had to just buckle down and say who's the better matchup, I'll admit that Philly's the better matchup this year. Philly's the better matchup. Who do you think is the better matchup?
I mean, I agree. I agree. I think it's going to be a good game with either team, and like I said, Dallas got some playmakers. You throw the ball up to Lamb, he gonna come down with it. Can you trust Dak to make that 1 yard for the first down? Hell yeah, you can. You know what I mean? So I think both prospective teams go in with their own set of you know um game changers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, you had some criticism. I don't know, I don't know if you agree with some criticisms of the San Francisco defense. The games
Mm-hmm.
I watched them play, it was like lights out on defense. You know what I mean? So, I I always get an edge to a tough defense in big games. That's what that's just my formula to picking tough matchups. Who got the better defense.
I again, I think for me, the defensive, I think we had a better secondary, right? I think they have the better linebacker core. But I think our defensive line is better than theirs. I think we're deeper. They got Nick Bosa, of course, but I think we're deeper.
Oh yeah.
You know. So again, it can. Who knows how it's going to turn out. But at the end of the day, I just think we're just uh, we're just a better team. We're just a better team, and I just think we're a better team.
Right.
Hey, hey, Brent, I want to get to this. I've been
Right.
messing around with this, trying to get this up, man. But I'll keep you on here while I make this huge announcement, bro. This
Right.
huge announcement is that let me bring that up. That off script is one of the biggest YouTube channels on YouTube, man. It's led by a guy named Abrion Scott. He has asked me to do a show on his channel every Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. It's been an honor to watch Scotty and watch him grow and watch the things that he does. And when he reached out to me and asked me would I do a show on his channel, it was, I was taken aback, man. Uh, I've always, again, admired the content that Scotty put out. He's creative. He's interesting. He has interesting takes on sports. And for him to ask me to come on his channel, introduce me to his audience, which is a huge audience, it is a pleasure. I was flattered, and it's an opportunity that I could not pass up. And so I'll be doing a show on his channel every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on Offscript. So go over to Offscript, go on YouTube right now. If you're watching this, go to Offscript, search his channel, look at all the great content that Scotty has, like and subscribe, and you'll see your boy here on Tuesday. And I'm sure, Brent, I'll be bringing you on as well as other people that are knowledgeable about sports. My show is going to be a little different than Scotty's. You're gonna get sports. True enough, you're gonna like it says is betting, commentary, and analysis. See, you may come here to get betting advice, and you may end up getting marital advice. You may end up getting entrepreneurial advice. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm a multifaceted kind of guy. I'm interested in a lot of different things. And at the end of the day, man, I have a lot of interest, and I'm sure I'll bring some of those things into the sports commentary when we're talking about it, man. And also, while I have Brent on, uh, Brent is a member. I'm a member of the cast of the Sexy Cigar Lounge, which is also a YouTube channel that I support, watch, and am a guest on. So also make sure you go to the Sexy Cigar Lounge and what in the topics that you guys cover. Talk about some of the topics that we cover on the Sexy Cigar Lounge.
Right. Okay. I was trying to get myself off mute. Yeah, well, right. Let me be the first to congratulate you on this big announcement. Man, I've seen you on several different platforms. I done seen you do a lot of community work. Like I tell people, Rock is a big deal in Waco. You know what I mean? He rang bells around there in Waco, Texas. So let me be the first to congratulate you on this huge announcement with the show you got coming up upon further review. I'm sure it's going to be an outstanding show. I have never been on a platform where you didn't give excellent commentary, very in depth. You articulate yourself well, so I think this is going to be a great show that you're going into. So I just want to be the first to congratulate you on that. That's a big deal, and I'm very happy for you. In regards to the Sexy Cigar Lounge, we have a YouTube platform, we have a Clubhouse platform that's pretty big. The platform started off in the platform started off in Clubhouse. The room grew very quickly. It's headed by a guy named Joseph James. We call him JJ. He's the founder of the Sexy Cigar Room, and we talk about all different topics in there, from ranging from relationships, political issues, international issues. You name it, we probably done discuss it on this platform. It's a very well-rounded platform. And now we done moved to YouTube, and we're growing our platform on there. And we're sticking to our bread and butter, which is marriages, relationships. We talk about a wide range of issues that are plaguing the Black community. We're hoping to just find insight, solutions, or even just um, listening to people who may have a different perspective. We think everyone could bring something to the table in these conversations. So, shout out to the Sexy Cigar Lounge on Clubhouse. Shout out to the Sexy Cigar Lounge on YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Saint underscore Brent on all social media platforms. If you want to, give me a shout out. But Rock, once again, congratulations on your big news. I think it's going to be an excellent show. I can't wait to watch it. I'm about to go subscribe as soon as we get off. So, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. Scotty is a big deal, man. The off Group channel is one of the biggest channels in HBCU sports. I'll be doing things a little different than Scotty. Scotty has his way of doing things. I'll be doing things my way. I always thought Scotty had a good eye for talent, and and him coming to me. And asking me to be a contributor on his platform. It made all the sense in the world to me, and I've been ever since he, gave me the call. I've been extremely excited. I would when you come to my show, I would expect you to come with a clear mind and a clear heart and understand that I'm not going to be Scotty. There's only one Scotty, and he does it his way, and I'm going to do my show my way. Again, I'm going to get better and better as I do it. Scotty has, thousands of shows under his belt. I'm not as experienced as Scotty. I don't come from a radio or a broadcast background or anything like that. I'm just a guy who enjoys sports, loves his family, and then loves his people. And so the show is going to come from a perspective of me loving sports, loving my people, loving my community, and I'm going to, of course, talk about betting and sports because that's what I do. But I'm also going to, bring in some things that are important to me. My wife and I were entrepreneurs. We own 4 businesses and run a nonprofit, and so I'm gonna, those businesses are going to be featured on my channel. You're going to get an opportunity to learn about the businesses that we run. We run a tax business, which is Prosperity Tax Service. We have a travel business, which is Prosperity Travel. We also have Slow Burn Mobile Cigar Lounge as well, and we also run East Waco Empowerment Project, which is a nonprofit that has a charity event each and every year called Feast in the East, where we've fed as many as 1,500 people. So again, we're my wife and I, we're in the community working, and we're doing things. And so this is just another, this will be just another opportunity that we'll try to, capitalize on and give other people an opportunity to come on and contribute. And it's going to be fun. I would always encourage people to go to my channel, which is just Rocky Miller. Search Rocky Miller. I also have some big things coming up on my channel. I don't have a graphic for this or anything, but a really good friend of mine, actually the best man at my wedding, Wayne Walker, who is a former NFL wide receiver. We're putting together a show that will air on Thursdays, right? And it's called Going Deep with Wayne Walker, and I'll be his co-host. Wayne is absolutely one of the most. He's taught me more about football than anyone I know. He played 13 years professionally, so he knows about football. He knows about the NFL. He also played in Canadian League, and he played also in the Arena League. He was, made the NFL All Rookie team. He was he was a successful NFL player. He excelled in the Canadian League, and he also played for a championship in the Arena League. So again, he's like I say, he was the best man at my wedding. We've been friends for as long as I can remember, man, and I look forward to doing that show with him on my channel, not on off script, but on my channel. Rocky Miller. And so go ahead and go over to Rocky Miller, like and subscribe my channel as well, man, and you'll be exposed to a lot of interesting content, man. All right, Brent, man, I want to thank you, Brent, for coming on with me, man. This has been a great show, man. We're reaching right on 46 minutes, man. I thought we could get out of here in 30 minutes. That wasn't going to happen, considering everything we had to do, man. I want to thank you for coming on. Is there anything you'd like to say before you depart?
Yeah, let me get myself off mute. Okay. All right. Yeah. Rock, I had a lot of fun, man. It's always a pleasure to speak with you on any topic. Today it was sports. I had a good time. Uh, please join the channel that Rock is about to be podcasting on. Join his channel. Look up Rocky Miller. Rocky was I can vouch for all the services that Rocky mentioned. I've been to his charity event. He Rock is a cigar connoisseur, and in any service that Rock provides, he's gonna take care of you. He's gonna really take care of you. So I vouch for all those services. I'm Saint underscore Brent on all social media platforms. I'm a part of the cast of the Sexy Cigar Lounge on YouTube and also in Clubhouse. So look us up. I think you enjoy what you hear there. I think we got an amazing platform. Follow Rocky Miller on all social media platforms. He's a great guy. He's very insightful and gives on time, um, realistic, reasonable commentary, and I enjoy it every time I hear him speak. So shouts to Rocky, and man, thanks for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man, and it's a pleasure having you on. I'll make some closing words here before I get off, man, and I want to say, and this is, and again, this is kind of speaking to Scotty's audience, man. I want you guys to understand that I value your time, and I want to be a um, positive impact, and I want to provide great entertainment for you. So please feel free to give me any feedback that you feel is appropriate. I have very thick skin, and I'm nowhere near as petty as Scott. I won't come back at you like that. I don't think. You know, I at the end of the day, I need constructive criticism. I need your feedback because my goal is to get better each and every time I broadcast. And so that's what I would like you guys to do. Feel free to comment. Feel free to give me your impact and your input. It means a lot to me. In this situation, man, Scotty reached out to me, and um, as being one of the most popular YouTubers on YouTube, and being an absolute expert on HBCU sports. It was an honor, man, to become part of his channel, and so I look forward to contribute. You know, I want to make it clear. Me and Scotty are different. I won't be doing the same stuff Scotty do. I have my own flavor. Scotty has his way. I have my own flavor. I look at it kind of like this, right? I look at it like this. Scotty, even though Scotty is what I would say this. Scotty's Lil Wayne, right? And I'm Drake. We got different flavors. We got different styles. We do things a little different. Uh, my his rap is. Wayne is hardcore. I'm Drake is a little sensitive, a little more emotional. You know what I mean? A little more. What's another good word? A little more refined. I don't know what you want to call it, but just consider they both wildly successful artists. They both have tremendous success in the music industry. Some people consider Wayne the GOAT. Some people consider Drake the GOAT. Some people's favorite is Wayne. Some people's favorite is Drake. But at the end of the day, Drake realizes he needed to co-sign from Wayne, and I realized that I needed to co-sign from Scotty in order to be successful. And that's how I think that's how we should look at this relationship. He's he's Lil Wayne. I'm Drake, but at the end of the day, we're all off script, just like they're all Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? We're all off script. 100%. I'm off script. I'm off script all day, every day. So I want you to know that, man. Scotty, it is my pleasure to be part of your channel. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Much love, everybody. My name is Rocky Miller, and I'm out.